And we are back with day 14 of using AI to launch a custom trading bot. And if you've never been here before, I'm going to explain kind of the outline of what we're going to do today. It's really exciting stuff. We're going to use AI. The platform is called Arcade. I actually have a pretty cool little hat here for Arcade because I am the founder. And so we're going to use Arcade to go and back, right? Today's 14, right, of doing this. We're going to check out the first, you know, basically first 14 days. I started on day 0, which is before I had the idea of this series. So we're going to start on day 0 and then work our way up all the way to day 13, which was yesterday, and check the performance of every single bot that we have made up until this point, right? Because we built these bots, we back tested them, and we launched them, right? All using AI, all using the same platform, and we want to see how they're actually performing, right? So once we do that and take a look at the winners, the losers, and the bots that haven't made any trades, after that, we're going to go ahead and actually launch a brand new bot using a suggestion by AI, right? So literally end to end, from start to finish, A to Z, whatever you want to say, we're using AI to basically completely and totally automate our portfolio, and it is incredibly exciting. So that being said, let's go ahead and just dive right into it. So this is Arcade. This is the platform we'll be using to do everything from A to Z. And again, as I mentioned, the first thing we're going to do is actually look at day 0. Okay. So day 0, as I mentioned, is something that I built before we even started this series. There's a video of it, right? Of me building it, but it wasn't necessarily, day whatever, right? So that being said, it's a 5-minute SMA crossover. Historically speaking, it's been a loser, but it's only taken one trade, right? Now that trade still is the only trade that's taken. And unfortunately, it is a massive loser, $8,665.12 lost. And again, I think as of yesterday, this was our biggest loser. But again, there's no updates here. So there's really nothing to write home about in terms of performance, right? Now, contrasting, right, that with day one has been our biggest winner so far. Yesterday, we were at $12,000 gain. And today, let's go ahead and see, boom, $18,000 gain. We made about $6,000 in one day, which is amazing on NVIDIA. An NVIDIA trade today brought us an extra 6 grand. So in about, let's see when we started trading this. So we started trading this on the 27th of October. Today is currently the 2nd of December. So in about a month and a week, right? So like 5 weeks, we could say. About 5 weeks, we made $18,000 on 106 trades. And again, that's net of fees, right? You're making 18 grand net of fees using the RSI overbought, oversold 5-minute strategy. This thing has been absolutely killer for me. And this is, again, thinking about, the performance of NVIDIA over the past or since October 27th. The performance of NVIDIA, I'll pull up the NVIDIA chart real quick. The performance of NVIDIA, right? If I go to October 27th, right, which is the day that we started trading it, NVIDIA is actually down 5.2%, right? On per share, you would have lost $10. Whereas this, right, we have gained, again, it says 0.55% return, but this is actually not the case. Because again, it's thinking about our entire portfolio. Our entire portfolio is, again, like, $100,000, right? Or more. I don't know the exact amount, right, of money that we're trading quite as of right now, right? But look at the profit factor, right? Like, we're incredibly profitable on these trades. And a better way to think about this is, right, so if our total profit is 18,000 and we are trading 61,000, we're risking $62,000 approximately per trade. Really, we made $18,000 on $62,000, right? Which is a return of approximately, I'm doing the math right now, about almost 30%, right? Almost 30% return, where the underlying NVIDIA stock is actually only trading, only making us, like I said, I think it was, what was it? Down 5%. So you could either use this strategy and be up 30% or be down 5% if you're just buying and holding during the same time frame. So yeah, it's been incredible. I really, the strategy has really been impressive. Again, pass is not prologue, but yeah, it's the performance has been absolutely insane. So that's great. So Anyways, day two, let's go ahead and move on to this. This historically has been a horrible, horrible, horrible loser. But yesterday we checked it and it was absolutely amazing. It went from like a $20,000 loss to like only an $800 loss. It was actually kind of bewildering. Let's go ahead and see what it's like now. Yeah, so it lost an extra $100. These fees are absolutely eating us alive. I mean, really, we would be at an $839 loss if it wasn't for $127 worth of fees. I mean, percentage wise, this is taking up. I mean, I care less about the loss in this case and more about the fees, just because I mean, relative to our P&L, this is huge. I mean, it's taken 240 trades. And again, guys, today what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn some of these off because I mean we've seen the results of some of these, right? They're just not doing what we want. And it's kind of it's not necessarily like entertaining in my eyes. We have to be kind of be smart about this, right? Like, so what I'm going to do is actually turn this one off. And similarly with the other ones, like the day 0 and day 2, I'm going to turn these off. Okay. And again, if you have a gripe about that and you want me to turn it back on, you just let me know. But again, I'm turning these off, and from now on, we're only going to check, you know, the we're gonna really, I guess, have our portfolio, uh, try and make it a winner as best as possible, right? And we are actually in the green now, right? So across our portfolio, at least from yesterday. So again, what we did, and that's really how simple it is to adjust your portfolio. Is we turned this day 0 off, right? We turned this day 2 off. We kept the winner. We're gonna keep that going. And if it like so, for example, I put this these eyeballs here, um, because it back tested really well, this mean reversion strategy, but it didn't take any trades, and it still hasn't. So what I'm going to do is again turn this one off too. It's been quite some time, and I'm not super like stoked about the trades it's taken. So I'm turning that one off, and we're just going to have our strategy, our portfolio be really really strong. And again, I'm not going to delete. I could delete the strategy. I'm not going to delete it because I want a history of performance. Um, and so that's why we're going to leave them there. Just turn them off. We could always turn them back on later, but for right now. And again, this is another strategy I think we're going to turn off. It's just not particularly great. And so we're going to turn it off. Okay. And we'll probably do this from now on. We'll do it every 15 days or every 10 days, 10 to 15 days. We'll kind of clean everything out and just keep the winners and cut the losers. So yeah, I mean, this is right here is really not. It lost us, and again, from a portfolio perspective, we're not doing horrible, right? We lost, $1,000 here. We made 0 trades here. This thing, I think we lost like it was like we'll call it 1,000, right? So we're down 2 grand, and this is like what was it like like 10 grand? I think down because like this was a little over 8,000. This is less than 1,000, but we'll call it 1,000. So we're down about 10 grand, but this is up 18. So net we're up 8 grand on our portfolio. Again, not bad, right? For 5 weeks, basically, right? 8 grand in 5 weeks, I'll take that. So again, this one still has not taken a trade. It's kind of boring in that way. So we'll stop it. Anything that's not taking trades, at 5 weeks. And again, this isn't financial advice. Like my strategy, I haven't made a trade in a long time. I came close here recently with the what took place recently. I think it was I don't know, some stimulus package. I really don't follow the market super closely compared to some people. I really don't follow it at all compared to some people. What I do is just I obsess over bots and strategies, and I back test rigorously and kind of understand like the macroeconomics behind things, and then kind of just set up the bots run automatically for me. But yeah, as I'm going through this, I'm just basically, if it hasn't taken a trade or if it's giving us bad results, I don't want to use it anymore, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and stop all these things. But yeah, again, back to my larger point. Just because I'm deleting these things or pausing them doesn't mean they're bad strategies. And just because they haven't taken a trade doesn't mean they're bad strategies, right? It's something that I'm doing because it's for purposes of this video, and kind of my audience, right? Like you may want to, depending on your trading strategy, you may want to trim the fat, and this is how easy it is to trim the fat. And again, this strategy I built for a YouTube subscriber named Peter. And again, it hasn't taken any trades yet, so we're just gonna pause that for right now. And again, if you want me to start anything back up, feel free to just comment below, and we'll start anything you want back up. Or if you want to adjust any of these strategies, or if you have a strategy that you want for me to test, uh, just leave it in the comments, and I'll be sure to test it. And we'll leave this one. We'll leave day 9. I mean, it's not fantastic, but it really hasn't had the same amount of time to bake as the other ones. So we'll go ahead and leave that right now. Oh, look at this. So yeah, there we go. So we were up 8,000, and that's like, we'll call it 9,000, and then we'll call it up $12,000 on our portfolio, which is pretty good. Cool. So we'll keep on going. We'll leave day 10, the stochastic oscillator divergence. Amazing stuff there. And then again, the volume price confirmation strategy hasn't taken a trade. I kind of want to leave this because again, it hasn't really had time to bake. But again, for the sake of consistency, we're gonna go ahead and just pause that one as well. And day 12, we built this for a YouTube subscriber. And again, it's down $41. It's not the best performance. And again, I think for the sake of what we're doing here, the pruning, if you will, we're going to go ahead and prune this one. And the ADX trend strategy, let's go ahead and check this one out and see if it took in. This is, we built this yesterday. We're going to let this one bake. This is something that we built yesterday. So we'll go ahead and just see if it takes any trades in the following days. So anyways, yeah, I mean, look, our portfolio is up right now, about 12 grand, give or take. Like 11, 12 grand. So it's really, really cool. 12 grand in like 5 weeks. I mean, it's kind of hard to turn down, right? So I'm feeling pretty good about that. On a percentage basis, we're looking even better, right? Because Nvidia, right? If you would have bought and hold during that same time frame, you would have probably lost money. Or you would have definitely lost money if you would have bought and hold Nvidia. Whereas if you use one of these strategies, or the ones that I highlighted to be actually, working well during that same time frame, you would have made money, right? Anyways, that being said, we're going to move on to the portion now where we actually get to we can actually build a custom trading bot, right? So right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 bots actively running. Now we're going to actually click on this prompt right here. You could type in your own strategy of, whatever. If you have a strategy that you came up with that uses confluence or, any, chart patterns or what have you, you just type it in, right? But for right now, we're just going to have the AI generate a strategy for us completely on its own. And we're going to check against our strategy that we already built and check if we can find one that we haven't built yet. So RSI divergence. Let's see if we've built the RSI divergence. Yeah, so we already have the RSI divergence. We're not going to build that one. Let's go ahead and look for the MACD. Yeah, we have the MACD crossover. We definitely have the Bollinger Bands squeeze. Stochastic overbought, oversold. We have the overbought, right? And I think that's going to be sufficient here. Dual moving average crossover. We have that one here. Breakout strategy. Let's see. Do we have a breakout strategy? I think we have this. It may have been called something different. I mean, that might be something that let's do the pullback strategy. We definitely have never used the pullback strategy. See, like this daily support resistance, I feel like this is similar to the breakout strategy. So we'll kind of pause on that for right now. Let's do the pullback strategy. Let's do the pullback strategy. So again, I'm typing in one hand right now. That's how easy it is to build a bot, right? Please build a bot using 7. And again, you should be able to write in shorthand, just like how I'm writing. And it should be that easy, right? And again, we'll see right now kind of what the bot will give us. Yeah, so it does. Yeah, so the pullback strategy, exactly as we expected. And again, it has some default stuff here, and we're going to use most of the default. The one thing that we're going to do that is not the default is be on the 5-minute chart, because again, I want to take a lot of trades, and I want to have results as quickly as possible for you guys. And so that's why we do the 5-minute chart. Personally, I do not trade on the 5-minute chart. I believe I trade on the daily chart. So that's kind of a little bit more info for you guys there. And again, none of this is financial advice. It's just education and kind of showing you what's possible now with AI. It's super exciting stuff. So the entry conditions for this strategy are price pulls back. Cool. So I'm reading this. So again, I don't know what that means. So I'm gonna say, please use default. 3. Again, I don't want to make any assumptions, so I'm gonna say, please use default. 4. Are there any specific market hours or days when the strategy should not be active? No, we're gonna trade 24/7. And again, you could say I will only want to trade Fridays at 9:45 Eastern, or any specific time frame that you want. But again, for the purposes of the strategy and the purposes of these videos, I just put 24/7. Now, if you want me to change that in the future, you just let me know. Leave it in the comments. And again, I'll take the time to just say, if you know any other nerds who like this kind of content, feel free to share this video with them. It really helps out, our platform and our channel, and really me. So I appreciate that. And again, as always, I'm always here to help. So if I could be helpful, let me know. Cool. So we're gonna go ahead and yeah, I mean, it has everything it needs to actually create a bot now. So all we have to do is just press generate strategy. And now we have these 4-step process here that the AI goes through to like extracting the rules, generating the code, refining the structure, and then also actually launching the bot, right? It's for us to actually be able to back test and kind of go through the steps that we're about to go to. And yeah, I'm super excited. It's been a crazy long day, crazy long week. Getting back from Thanksgiving, I spent the weekend with my family up in the mountains, and it was a good time. But again, a lot, a lot of more stuff to do, and feeling right now it's about 6:20 at night, so I'm a little gassed from the day. Got a lot of stuff going on, with work and whatnot. I'm sure you guys do too. Um, and so yeah, I'm just kind of just happy to be sharing the time with you, and um, you know, this stuff right here, if it really wasn't for like this stuff, like right now it's 6:20 p.m. on a Tuesday, right in December. The sun has been gone now for about the last hour, and I'm telling you, if it wasn't for AI and specifically this platform, I would not be able to launch a bot right now. Right, like I would probably go home. I wouldn't want to code. I barely want to barely want to talk to anyone, right? But again, in the past, 5 minutes, here we are. We launched a bot that's incredibly technical that I knew nothing about, right? Um, and it's all done for us, right? Like that's the beauty of AI, right? Uh, I feel like shit, honestly, right? Like I really don't want to be, recording or launching bots, but it literally is that simple to where even if I feel like shit and even if I'm so tired and I, want to go home and go to sleep, it is, it's almost like, a monkey could do it. You know what I mean? It's kind of crazy. But again, like to that point, we have the entire description here. We have all the strategy specific settings. You could adjust this at any point in time. But right now, what we're going to do is just run a quick little back test. And again, we always use NVIDIA, it's something that we pointed out a few episodes back, where we're going to actually, test NVIDIA. The only thing we want to keep one variable, right? We want to test one variable. That one variable is the strategy, right? We want to do that because, it'll really will allow us to test out apples to apples, what is good, what is not, right? And so again, we're going to run this back test. And again, I told you this right here without AI and without our technology, I mean, it would have taken me multiple days. And I work like a dog. You know what I mean? I work like a horse. I don't stop until stuff gets done. And this is a lot of data that we're having to deal with here, right? So we took the last 100 days worth of NVIDIA data, and on the 5-minute chart. So it's every 5 minutes for the last 100 days. And it took 250 trades, right? We calculated this based on the strategy that we're testing. Pretty bad win rate, not a good P&L, and a bad profit factor. This strategy is not going to make us any money. And again, in the future, like this is the history of every single trade it's ever taken. In the future, I may not launch bots that are losers, right? That we know that are going to be losers, just because it's not something that is like I don't want to waste your guys' time, right? But for right now, for the sake of consistency, we will actually launch this bot, right? Again, I don't have high hopes for it, if I'm being totally honest with you, right? I could almost chalk this one up to be something that I wouldn't want to spend my time testing. And again, it depends. Everyone has their own sort of way to test things, right? And so maybe like if you were to back test, and you may not agree with me. You may want to actually see the performance of the bot, right? Before like on on paper trading, right? On or maybe even live money before you know conclude that it's a loser. But from my experience, this will not end well for us. It will be a loser. It'll be a black mark on our otherwise profitable portfolio. But for the sake of these videos, I'll go ahead and launch it, right? And I always minimize how cool it is to launch a trading bot. Like I said a few minutes ago, I feel like shit. I'm super tired. I've been awake for forever. Yesterday, I worked until like 8:30 at night, and even then, under those conditions, right now where I do not feel good, I want to go home and sleep and kind of just relax. Um, with one hand, and a mind that is absolutely spent, I was able to launch an incredibly complex trading bot incredibly easily, right? And just as I was talking to you, right? Like this is something that used to take months of time and a dedicated software engineer. It's not a team of software engineers who are incredibly smart to do. And now, right, someone who doesn't have half their brain and only one hand and does not even have the desire, right, to make this video to actually launch a bot. I just did it, right? It is so wickedly simple, and I again, it brings me sort of joy and happiness to kind of show you guys what technology is able to do. And that's really why I do this, right? Is because I am so stoked about AI and trading and automation, and um, hopefully I'm able to help you um, or someone that you know. Like I said, if you know any nerds out there, feel free to share this video with them to show them what's possible. And if you are interested in building your own bot, the link is down below. If you're interested, feel free to subscribe and follow. I'll be posting more of these things along the way. Okay, pretty much every day I'll be posting. And some days I'll be super busy and I won't be able to, but anytime that I'm able to, I'll be posting. Okay. So, anyways, I will see you tomorrow, hopefully, if everything goes to plan. And I can't wait. Okay. Bye bye.